Well, and just like that, it's springtime. We're off the hardwoods, out of the gymnasium, and out on the diamond. A beautiful day here in Medford, Oregon, over at Jim McAbee Field on the campus of North Medford High School, getting ready to watch the North Medford Black Tornado and the Mountain View Cougars out of Central Oregon get ready to square off and see what we've got in store for the 2026 campaign. You're watching high school baseball coverage on TableRockSports.net. Jim McCoy here along with Colton Treadway on the camera. I think March really is only right behind September or October when it comes to great sports months. And, of course, October you have the World Series. You got college and NFL football going on. The NBA season. College basketball is getting ready to start. And here we are now in March, and the teams are going out on the diamonds, baseball, softball. We've had some golf and tennis meets, track meets going on this week here locally. March Madness is underway today. Sitting next to Colton, whose bracket's in a little trouble early on. We're not going to talk about that a whole lot, and we're going to keep the sharp objects put away. But right now, we're looking forward to bringing this your way. Of course, when it comes down to sports that have produced a lot of great talent, there's probably none better than the Black Tornado baseball program that has given us everybody from Bobby Walcott, who pitched with the Seattle Mariners, or Monty McAbee, who was a Black Tornado back in the 70s, went on to play pro ball. There was Kevin Towers, Scott Lewis. Just a lot of great tradition. And, of course, this Black Tornado team, a younger team, but it'll be mixed in with some familiar faces. And we're looking forward to seeing what the season holds in store for us. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we get ready, we'll come back here and get ready for the start of the game here on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
The playing of our national anthem signaling to us first pitch is just moments away. Mountain View coming to us out of the 5A Intermountain Conference, getting their season underway under the direction of head coach Ryan Johnson. He's assisted by Matt Gilling, Brian Crum, Matt Eisenhower, C.J. Colt, and Will Taylor. Let's go ahead and take a look at the how their batting order will look for today. For the Cougars, they'll look like this. Leading off and pitching will be Ryder Carpenter. He'll be followed in the order by the second baseman, Carson Bottomiller. Hitting third and playing right field will be Tanner Locke. And hitting cleanup will be the shortstop, Garrett Oatman. Hitting in the 5 spot and playing shortstop will be Brennan Colt. The catcher hitting 6th will be Jaden Jangalia. Batting 7th, playing left field will be Jacob Waters. Hitting 8th and playing first base will be Easton Ray. And hitting ninth and playing center field will be Henry Moore. For the Black Tornado, they'll come out with a defense that looks like this. In the infield, Cade Pedersen will be playing first base. Over at second will be Kyson Scheid. Over at third base will be Reese Thompson. And the shortstop is Benny Morgan. The outfield from left to right, we've got Colston Stoller in left, Braden Poff in center, and patrolling right field will be Connor Roush. And pitching today, actually, Connor Roush will be, Quincy Ballard will be pitching today. And then Roush, as we mentioned earlier, out in right field. Behind the plate will be Brady Patterson. Getting ready to stand in is Ballard's opposite, Ryder Carpenter. Right-handed pitcher, a junior. Also a right-handed hitter. Ballard, the freshman left-hander, pours it in for a strike, and the game is underway. Carpenter looks at the second pitch. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Ballard, the youngster, that one a little inside. Carpenter gets ahead 2-1. Ballard, one of three left-handed pitchers on Brett Wolf's staff. Hits the ball to short, throw across the infield. Gets away, and we've got a runner on to start the game.
Now batting second baseman, Carson Bottomiller.
Bottomiller standing in. Number 2 hitter in the order. Man on with nobody out. Game just getting underway. Swing and a miss. Ballard drops that one in to get ahead. Forecasted high for Medford today, 79 degrees. And it feels about all of that as the game gets underway. We get an occasional breeze blowing in from time to time. Foul ball hit down the right field line. So a loud strike for the number 2 hitter in the Cougar order, Carson Bottomiller. He can pitch as well. Junior stands in. Ballard comes to the plate. Bouncing ball. Hit to third. Throw down to second. They get the force. So the Black Tornado record their first out of the inning. Bottomiller gets aboard on the fielder's choice. Wearing number 4 for Mountain View is Connor Locke. Tanner Locke, I should say. Playing right field today. A right-hander. Stands in against Ballard. Ballard showing good command early on and starting off ahead of the hitters, which if you're a pitching coach, you got to like that. No fun pitching from behind. Throw down to first. Bottomiller He's taking a pretty decent lead off the bag. Pitch goes for a ball. That'll even things up at 1-1. Like I said, young Tornado squad. Ballard, just a freshman. Throw over to first, not in time. Nice move over there. Now Bodemiller, he can show as well as tell everybody that he's played with dirt on the uniform. 1-2 the count to Locke with one down and a runner on first here in the opening frame. Ballard out of the stretch and comes in just a little too tight. So Locke hit by the pitcher. So we got two aboard with one out. And that'll bring up the cleanup man for Mountain View, Garrett Oatman. Oatman, the shortstop. No, actually third baseman, playing third today. Little conversation going on the hill, and a certainty that I'm in the right place at the outset of spring. The head man for North Medford is the familiar face of Brett Wolf, longtime North Medford coach, back in the saddle, assisted by John King and a player from days gone by, a Black Tornado, Austin Zavala. So a little conversation going. You got a pair of runners on, man in scoring position, one gone. What you got going for you if you're a Tornado fan? Ballard thus far has shown a capacity for inducing the ground ball, thus raising the possibility of a double play. Oh, a swing and a miss. So once again, Ballard gets ahead. So Oatman, that one in the dirt. The runners will move up. That'll take the double play by conventional means off the table. And now the potential opening run just 90 feet away with one down. So here, a long fly ball. Good score man here as Mountain View looks to strike first blood. Ball hit into the air in right field. It's relatively shallow. Ball is caught. Runner tags. And Mountain View takes the lead. So the Cougars able to take an error and a hit batsman and parlay that into a run. Let's get that scoreboard up to date for you. So now we've got two gone and a runner in scoring position. Pitch goes for a ball. On the number 5 man in the order. And that is the shortstop, Brennan Colt. Colt turns away. He's ahead of Ballard now, 2-0. First base open with 2 gone. Quincy hits the inside corner to run the count to 2-1. Pitch fouled back. And the count level up at 2-2. So 2-2, 2 gone, top of 1. Ballard comes in, contact on the play. The catch is made, and that will retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Mountain View scores a run, no hits, and 1 Black Tornado error. We'll be back after these messages and back with more action in 1 minute.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning staff.
Here's the starting lineup for the North Medford Black Tornado. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Benny Morgan. He'll be followed in the order by the catcher, Brady Patterson. Hitting third and playing third will be Reese Thompson. The cleanup man, baseman Cade Patterson. Hitting fifth is the pitcher, Quincy Ballard. He'll be followed by Stoller, Colston Stoller, playing left field today. And then in the 7th spot, playing right field, is Connor Roush. Hitting 8th and playing second base is Kyson Scheid. And hitting 9th, playing center field, is Braden Poff. I'll get ready to do business against Ryder Carpenter. The infield behind him will be Easton Ray at first, Carson Bottomiller at second. The third baseman is Garrett Oatman, and the shortstop is Brennan Colt. Left, right, the outfield, Jacob Waters, Henry Moore, and Tanner Locke. Behind the plate is Jaden Jangalia. And the starting pitcher is Ryder Carpenter. Right-handed pitcher. Junior. Swing on the first pitch, fouled away. To Morgan. Morgan, little comebacker, shovels it to first, and there is one gone. One up, one down. Here comes the catcher, Brady Patterson. Got a chance to not only see him play on behalf of the Black Tornado, but got to see a lot of them playing for the Medford Mustangs. He's behind the plate, very versatile player. Patterson, kind of a utility player. He can catch. Seen him play some third. I believe he can also play that other infield corner and a little bit of outfield. Multi-talented athlete. Always nice to have versatility on your roster. Pitch fouled back. As we catch things up on the John L. Scott scoreboard, it is level up at 1-1 with one gone here in the bottom of the first. Patterson, left-handed hitter, open stance. And that'll drop in to right center field, base hit.
Now batting the third baseman, Reese Thompson.
So North Medford with their first hit of the day, courtesy of Patterson. Now with one down, Reese Thompson, the sophomore third baseman, stands in against Carpenter. Pitch catches the inside corner. 0-1 to Thompson. Patterson's got the speed to take off and run down at first. Not sure that Wolf might be inclined to do that with his team behind. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So Carpenter getting ahead of the number 3 hitter in the Black Tornado order. Oh, 2 pitch, and he strikes him out. 2 gone in the inning. Cade Patterson. So you see on the Black Tornado you got Patterson, the runner down at first. Then you have Patterson, today's first baseman and cleanup hitter. And we saw Cade hit for some power last summer. He'll play first for you. He can pitch. He can do some outfield as well. Shows bunt here. My guess is just something to think about. Shows bunt. Now a throw down to second. Did he get there? He did. Patterson slides in under the tag. And now we've got a runner in scoring position with 2 gone. One and 0 count to Cade Patterson, looking to knot this thing up at 1 apiece. Carpenter trying to work his way out of this inning and holds serve as the Cougars own a 1-0 lead. Two and 0 the count with 2 gone in the inning. Man in scoring position for the Black Tornado. Pitch down and in. So we got a hitter's count now at 3 and 0. My guess is he'll take all the way on this, make him throw another. And patience at the plate pays off. Patterson will take the stroll down to first. And now here comes the freshman pitcher, Quincy Ballard. Well-built kid for a freshman. Knew him back in the day on the day job, working at one of our local secondary schools. Made the move over. Now wearing the storied red and black uniform of the North Medford Black Tornado. Ballard watches it outside. He's ahead of Carpenter. 2 men aboard with 2 gone. Carpenter comes to the plate. Looks like he took a little something off of it. Little lollipop there. Gets a strike in the count. Count 2-1 now. Ball hit the right field. That's going to fall in. 1 run comes home. We got a man angling around third, and he comes home. And North Medford taking the 2-1 lead. Ballard standing in at third. Going extra bases. Now looks like we're going to bring in a courtesy runner. Coming into the game will be Merrick Jonathan. So I hear from the PA guy, Johansson. See, this is all kind of part and parcel of learning your way around during the first game of the season, but he's in as a courtesy runner for Ballard with 2 gone. Meanwhile, pitch rides inside. We're going to go back with Jonathan. Sounds like, we're still figuring that one out. Meanwhile, at the dish is Colston Stoller. No mystery there, and that one way up and in. Stoller ahead now 2-0 against Carpenter. North answering with a pair of runs here in the bottom of the first. Carpenter with the confidence to come inside. That one just a little too far in. Stoller ahead 3-0. That one down low. Stoller drawing the bases on balls. So we got runners at the corners with 2 gone. Connor Roush will get ready to stand in for the Black Tornado. So I mentioned earlier, Brett Wolf back in the saddle after Kerry Curtis had guided the program for a few seasons. Of course, those that led, Brett Wolf was kind of like one of those fixtures, swing and a miss, in Southern Oregon baseball lore. Wolf, in addition to coaching the Black Tornado, he's coached at other stops along the way. Throw over to first. Runner gets back in time, but Wolf, I tell you what a storyteller. Got to see him get inducted to the Black Tornado Hall of Fame a couple of years ago, and he's one of those guys, he's got a story for just about every occasion. Swing and a miss there as the count goes 0-2 to Roush. But he's the kind of guy that you get him going, you can walk away, make a sandwich, and come back. And here, runner is caught off first, stumbles a little bit, caught in a run down. Now toss it over, and they get him. So that'll end the inning for the Black Tornado, but not before they put a pair of runs on, actually 3 runs on the board. So after 1 full, Black Tornado take the lead. We'll be back after a 1-minute break.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherm's, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherm's Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
We go to the top of the second. North Medford putting 3 on the board in the bottom of the first. They got the 3-1 lead. And Quincy Ballard played a big part in the North Medford rally in the first. Now ball hit in the air to shallow right field. There to make the play is Roush, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting left fielder Jacob Waters.
Jacob Waters, the hitter. Senior stands in. And promptly gets ahead of Ballard. Ballard comes to the plate. And Waters ahead in the count now at 2-0. Make that 3-0. Ballard pours in a strike to run the count to 3-1. Waters working a good at-bat here. And he'll get aboard. So with 1 gone, the Cougars have a man on first. Waters at first, and here is Easton Ray. Ray playing first base today.
Now batting first baseman Easton Ray.
Ray gets ahead of Ballard, 1-0. Ballard comes to the plate, fell back to the screen. We're level up. And 1-1. Throw over to first. Waters gets back in plenty of time. There's a strike. Ballard now ahead at 1-2. The potential tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. Ballard works from behind to get him, and now there's 2 gone. So runner on first, now 2 gone. Moore gets set to go to work on Ballard. Ballard promptly gets ahead of him. Moore, the Cougars' center fielder. Ballard quickly going to work. Ahead here. That pitch fouled off to the right. Count will remain at 0-2 with 2 gone. Ballard steps off for a second. Comes to the plate. He thought he had a strike. But the home plate umpire says, not so fast. Moore finds himself with a 1-2 count. Waits the pitch, swings and misses, and that will retire the side. Mountain View gets a man aboard, but unable to bring him around. We'll go to the bottom of the second with your score. The Black Tornado 3, the Cougars 1. We'll be back in 1 minute.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Against Carpenter. Roush quickly gets ahead. 1-0. Carpenter comes to the plate. Big cut there on the high pitch. And we're even at 1-1. Moore practicing patience at the plate. And he'll get aboard now. Makes his way down to first. So the leadoff man board for the Black Tornado. Kyson Scheid, middle infielder, wearing number 5. Gets set to stand in. Scheid, the number 8 hitter in the order. He'll be followed by Poff. Then back to the top of the order with Morgan here in the second inning. Pitch to the plate. Carpenter finds the range. Or even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom 2. Eisenscheid looking for something to hit. Love to move the runner along. That pitch looking a little in and up. Carpenter out of the stretch. Strike there, and it'll run the count full at 3-2. Roush the runner at first. Nobody down. Little chopper. Carpenter shovels to first. Well, not a sacrifice. It has the same effect.
Now batting center fielder Braden Poff.
So Poff with a runner in scoring position, and his team leading in the ball game 3-1. Besides playing center field, Poff can also play second base. So Wolf can move his chess pieces around if he so desires. Poff ahead here, 1-0. Pitch to the plate, and they're even up at 1-1. Spring break is upon us, which means while a lot of these guys out here, their buddies will be off, maybe vacationing with families or going on some type of missions trip, these guys will be busy playing baseball. Tornado and Grants Pass heading to the Mountainside High School tournament. They'll be over there during spring break. Get some baseball in if the weather cooperates. High fly to center field, but it is dropped. Now we've got runners at second and third.
Now batting the shortstop, Benny Morgan.
Tough break for the Cougars. So now we got Poff at second. Run number 4 just 90 feet away for Morgan. 1 gone in the inning, and his team leading 3-1. Carpenter opens with a strike. So he establishes himself on the hitter. Carpenter out of the stretch. Pitch up and in. Count 1-1. For the Cougars, I'd say the outfield's looking like they're playing at about medium depth. Low and outside. Benny Morgan, one of 3 seniors playing for Coach Wolf. You got Morgan. You've got Colston Stoller. And Roush. Morgan leaned out of it, but the call at the dish is a strike. 2-2 your count with one gone. Just looking to make some contact here. Pitch outside. Count full. At 3-2. First base is open. Bouncing ball, hit to second. Run comes home. It's a 4-1 game. Morgan grounds out, but he'll pick up the RBI. As you can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard, it's a 4-1 ball game. Black Tornado with a runner at third and 2 gone. Brady Patterson stands in. Here's a guy who can rip it. RBI opportunity here. Hits it foul. Down in the direction of the Cougar bullpen. Just one hit so far in the game. Black Tornado, and if memory serves me correctly, it was Patterson who got that base wrap. Swing and a miss. Almost looked like one of those swings where he just got kind of started on it. It's like, had second thoughts in the middle of it. Carpenter's ahead of him now at 0-2. Let me update the scoreboard there. Yeah, 2 gone in the inning. Runner at third. Contact on the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Patterson hanging tough. Here in the bottom of the second. Little excuse me swing there, and Carpenter gets him. So that will retire the side. Black Tornado ends up picking up a run on no hits here. In the bottom of the second, we'll go to the third with the Black Tornado leading 4-1. And we'll be back shortly.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Go to the top of the third, and the leadoff man for Mountain View is the pitcher, Ryder Carpenter. So we go back to the top of the order. It'll be Carpenter, followed by Bottomiller and Locke. Quincy Ballard, today's starting pitcher, the freshman lefty. Gets ahead 0-1. Black Tornado, 4 runs, 1 hit, 1 error. Mountain View, a run, but no hits and 2 errors. Ballard, the 1-1 pitch. There's a strike. Catches the inner half of the dish, and we go 1-2. Little chopper, some in-between hops. Quick throw over to first, and that one gets away. And so we may have a man aboard. The beginnings of a rally, perhaps? We shall see. So Carpenter helps his own cause by getting aboard. That was just going to be a tough play. Just a couple of really weird in-between hops. That'll bring Bottomiller up, the second baseman. Ball hit in the air to right field, hangs up there for a while. Roush able to make the play, and there's one gone. Roush strolls in on that lazy can of corn, hauls it in, one gone. Outfielder Tanner Locke. Ballard in for a strike. Like the way he's pitching today, it's like, are you sure he's a freshman? Now, I actually happen to know that he is for a fact, but he's playing beyond his years. And Coach Wolf, well, let's just say he and Coach King, those guys know a thing or two. Zavala, they know a thing or two about baseball, and their confidence being rewarded. The runner's going to go, throw down to second base. Stolen base for Carpenter. So he puts himself in scoring position with one gone. So an RBI opportunity here. Looked like Carpenter got a pretty fair jump on the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Ballard dismisses Locke. And there's two gone. For the Cougars, here is Garrett Oatman. Oatman, the third baseman. Appealed down to first. Ruled not a swing. Now that was a swing. Took a big cut there. And that'll run the count to 1-1. Pitch inside, and hitter gets ahead here at 2-1. First base open with two gone. Ballard will miss on the pitch. Three and one your count. Advantage to the hitter. Ballard sets, throws. And that'll run the count full at 3-2. Runner at second and 2 gone. Black Tornado with the 3-run lead. Inside the pitch. And Oatman goes down to first. So runners at first and second with 2 gone. Brett Wolf will emerge from the Black Tornado dugout. Have a little conference on the mound. The upcoming hitter for Mountain View, representing the tying run. That's the crazy thing about this game of baseball. You can change everything with one swing of the bat. Brennan Colt going to try to see if he can't help put some runs on the board. He's the number 5 hitter in the order, playing shortstop. Position in the order suggests he can drive the ball. And this one ends up bouncing up to the plate. So the runners move up. So the Cougars, opportunity here to do some real damage here in the second. Now you got first base open. Colt, the junior right-handed hitter, ahead here in the count, but now it's even up at 1-1. Ballard comes to the plate. A little tapper on the right side of the infield. Pedersen has some trouble with it. And that'll bring a man home. It's kind of one of those death by 1,000 paper cuts type of scenarios. Just kind of a little trickler over there. Pedersen ended up having trouble with it. So now you got runners at the corners. Pitch rides in on the hitter, Jaden Jangala, and that'll load him up. And we got ducks on the pond with 2 gone. Now you got the potential go-ahead run down at first. Pitch rides in a little high to Jacob Waters. Waters gets ahead here with 2 gone in the inning. His team down 4-2 with some good contact. And it could tie it up. There's a swing and a miss. Pedersen will come in from first base. first baseman. He knows a thing or two about pitching and has been in a jam or two himself. And some possible other conversation about making the play. 1-1 the count now with 2 gone. Bases loaded. Ballard misses his target on the offering. And that pitch gets that one up. Now we've got a 3-1 count. And nowhere for Ballard to put him. Swing and a miss. That'll run the count full at 3-2. Jacob Waters, your hitter. Left fielder, the runners start to go. Swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. Well, Ballard able to minimize the damage, but not before the Cougars put another run on the board, draw within 2. We'll be back with the bottom of the third following these messages on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Here at Jim McAbee Field, we go to the bottom of the third. The North Medford Black Tornado leading in the ball game by a score of 4-2. Due up, we'll have Reese Thompson, Cade Pedersen, and Quincy Ballard. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the order for North Medford. Carpenter. Promptly gets ahead of the hitter, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Carpenter getting ahead on the leadoff hitter, and that's what you always like to do. Try to establish control early in the inning. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher, so they'll throw it down to the first, and on the assist, there's one gone. So Carpenter gets the job done with a little help from his friends. As the pitch gets away, Jangala ends up picking it up, throwing down to first to Easton Ray. So now there's one gone. Here, Ederson gets ahead, 1-0. Fouled off, back out of play. Count even now at 1-1. The Black Tornado with just one hit in the game. A lot of been a beneficiary of a couple of Mountain View miscues. And here, Patterson hit by a pitch, and he'll make his way down to first.
Now batting the pitcher, Quincy Ballard.
Quincy Ballard, today's starting pitcher, stands in. Opportunity here to help gain some additional separation from the Cougars. Ballard, being left-handed, and you imagine with his length, he'll play first base when he's not pitching. He'll stand in with kind of an open stance with his right foot a little bit closer to the right field side. Little Sherwin-Williams job there, painting their corner is Carpenter, and he gets ahead 0-1. Throw over to first. First base umpire doing a little bit of housekeeping over there. Gets the bag back in place. Look over at the runner at first. Carpenter from the stretch. And he gets ahead 0-2. One gone in the inning. Other than the fact these guys run pretty well, there's potential double play opportunity here. Working strictly off of memory here, it seems like Carpenter has induced a blend of ground balls and fly balls. Pitch way up high. Jungle doing a nice job to keep it from getting away from him and keeping the runner stationed at first. Count even now at 2-2. Ball hit back up the middle off the glove of the pitcher, Carpenter. Well, at the Mountain View infield, able to get the runner at second. So a fielder's choice. So a runner at first, two gone. And standing in is Colston Stoller, left fielder. Has a man at first, and two gone. Those of you who follow Table Rock Sports, just be aware we've got a lot of softball, spring break softball coming your way next week. Just got my marching orders from Joe Brett. Pitch fouled away, out of play. Count remains at 0-2. Yeah, looks like coming up on Monday, we'll catch the North Medford girls versus Foothills over at Lithia Driveway Field. Count 1-2. And then on Tuesday, we'll be seeing South Medford versus Barlow in softball. One and two the count. Carpenter, mindful of the runner. Quickly getting back is the courtesy runner Jonathan, running for Ballard, the pitcher. Ball hit up the middle. Shortstop has a little trouble with it. So the lead runner moves up. Black Tornado with two aboard. First and second with two out. And here's Connor Roush. Conversation going on between the coaching staff of Mountain View.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Black Tornado, number 12, Ethan Lang.
And it looks like we've got a pinch hitter for the Black Tornado. Right-handed hitter. Ethan Lang. So Lang will hit for Roush. His team leading by 2. First pitch, pounded foul. Carpenter getting ahead here, 0-1. This game just a little over an hour and 10 minutes old. Reaches out for that one. Hit up the first base line. The out is recorded. And that will end the Black Tornado threat in the bottom of the third. We'll go to the top of the fourth. It's a 4-2 Black Tornado lead on your John L. Scott scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
For Mountain View, in the top of the fourth, it'll be Easton Ray, Henry Moore, and Ryder Carpenter, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the order. Working on Quincy Ballard. Quincy quickly jumps out front, 0-1. Comebacker, Ballard gathers himself, throws to first, and there's one away.
Now batting center fielder Henry Moore.
Henry Moore, the hitter. Right-hander standing in against Ballard. Ballard comes inside. As the hitter gets ahead. Now, bouncing ball hit down to short. Throw across the infield. Not in time. Ruled an infield hit. Now we go to the top of the Mountain View order. Ryder Carpenter, today's starting pitcher. Mountain View with their third hit of the day. They've got 2 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors. Black Tornado here, he hits the ball to short. Takes a little wicked hop. They get the runner at second. They'll settle for the 1 out. Carson Bottomiller has a runner on first and 2 gone. Ballard paints the corner, gets ahead, 0-1. Swing and a miss. And just like that, Ballard is in the driver's seat. Next pitch inside, the runner goes, throw down to second, they got him. Crime doesn't pay for the Cougars. Great throw there from Patterson. And that will end affairs for the Cougars. Still remains a 4-2 ball game, and we'll be back with the home half of the 4th after these messages.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents,
Community members.
anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Ryan Johnson making a call to the bullpen. Garrett Oatman will move in from his infield spot. Oatman started the day at third base, and now he takes over on the hill. And he'll see the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Black Tornado. It'll be Scheid, followed by Poff. And back to the top of the order with Benny Morgan. So Oatman works from the stretch. And Pours it in for a strike and promptly gets ahead. That one looked a little up. Count even at 1-1. Swing and a miss. So the back and forth between hitter and pitcher continues. Advantage pitcher. Contact on the play, and that is fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. One and two the count. And the ball, that one's going to sneak through. A little cue shot the opposite way. The Black Tornado with their second hit of the afternoon. So Kaysen Scheid gets aboard. Braden Poff. Opportunity to move the hitter along. Third base coach going through his pantomime. We see a little small ball here. I would not be surprised. Throw over to first. Scheid dives back in plenty of time. And a bunt. Plays to first. And the sacrifice successfully executed. So Poff moves the runner into scoring position. Now we go to the top of the order. Benny Morgan stands in. Pitcher gets ahead here, 0-1. Oatman, even when there's nobody barred, and that one hit right up the middle. He laces it out to center. Runner's going to come around third. And the Black Tornado extends their lead. Benny Morgan.
Now batting the catcher, Brady Patterson.
So now we have a runner at first, one gone. Black Tornado now with a 3-run lead at 5-2. Brady Patterson standing in, the catcher. Here calls time. You can tell here he's up on that plate pretty good. Oatman gets ahead 0-1. So the Black Tornado with their third hit of the afternoon. Morgan with the RBI single. Count now even at 1-1. Thompson on deck. Big cut there by Patterson. Nothing but air. Oatman ahead now at 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Runner goes. And he takes second with impunity. Gets there uncontested. Count even, 2-2. Got a runner in scoring position with one gone. Swing and a miss. Oatman picks up the big K. Reese Thompson, right-handed hitter. Thompson, the Black Tornado third baseman. Looks at a pitch up and in. Oatman, off-speed pitch. Misses on the offering as Thompson now ahead of the count, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Thompson looks it in, and now he's ahead in the count, 3-0. First base open. Runner at second. There's a strike at 3-1. And generally speaking, in the high school ranks, now you get to the pros, it's a different ball game. But generally speaking, in the high school ranks, if you're up on a 3-0 count, you'll be taken all the way. See if you can't make that pitcher throw a strike. Pitch off target. Thompson draws the walk. Cade Pedersen, the hitter. Not really a guy I'd want to see if I'm the opposition. Lefty power hitter. Playing first base today. Oatman's pitch. That one low as Pedersen gets ahead at 1-0. Low and inside. Now it's 2-0. Ballard, the hitter, on deck. Should Pedersen reach? Oatman from the stretch, swing and a miss. That swing, Pedersen looked like he was ready to send that thing into orbit. Oh, Pedersen ends up, sounded like he might have taken that one in the hind parts, and that will load up the bases for the Black Tornado. And here's Quincy Ballard. Little visit from the dugout. Talk things over. Ballard's got the bases drunk with 2 gone. Quincy, the starting pitcher today for the Black Tornado. He'll look at the first pitch outside. 1-0. Altman gets that one across in the zone, and he'll even it up at 1-1. Pitch off target, and the count is 2-1. That pitch misses. Advantage Ballard. Pitch from Oatman. And a strike call as the count goes 3-2. Looked like Ballard was ready to make his way down to first, but the home plate umpire says, not so fast. Pitch fouled wide of third. So the count will remain at 3-2. The Black Tornado will put a run on the board on this inning. Like to try to see if they can't get a little additional separation. Ballard fouls the payoff pitch back to the screen, and the count remains full at 3-2. Pitch misses, and that'll bring a run home. It's a 6-2 ball game. Ballard inducing the base on balls. And Scheid ends up coming home to make it a 6-2 ball game. Now standing in for the Black Tornado is Colston Stoller. So the Marty Toscala will end up coming in as a courtesy runner for Ballard. One of the nice things that you can take advantage of in the high school ranks. Kind of helps move the game along, among other things. I think it's just cool you get a chance to get more guys involved here. Oatman, the pitcher, gets ahead 0-1, looking to avoid the pitfalls of his last hitter, who got on via the walk. 0-2 the count. And there, the called strike 3, and that will end the inning. That'll retire the side, but not before the Black Tornado pick up a pair of runs. It's a 6-2 ball game, and we'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Black Tornado with the 6-2 lead. Picked up a pair of runs in the last half. Braden Poff going to come in to pitch for the Black Tornado in relief of the starter, Quincy Ballard. Ballard, in 4 innings of work, surrendered 2 runs, limited the Cougars to 3 hits. Cade Pedersen will now move out to center field. Like I said, he's got versatility, a guy you can put over there. And then Ballard, who started the game on the bump, moves over to first base. We'll get all settled in here in the top of the 5th inning.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Mountain View, second baseman
for the Cougars, Bottomiller will lead off, followed by Locke and Oatman. Coach Johnson coming in from the dugout. Looks like we might have either some changes in store, or he's just firming up the moves made by the Black Tornado, and that appears to be the case. So now home plate umpire engages a little discussion here with Coach Wolf. And they'll get all of that sorted out. So Bottomiller standing in. First pitch of the day in the dirt. As Bottomiller gets ahead, 1-0. Heard back in the day, there was a pitcher of days gone by, Ryan Dern, wore glasses and threw very hard, but he loved scaring hitters to death while he was warming up, throwing the ball about 10 feet over the head of the catcher back to the screen, throwing it wild all over the place, trying to jelly leg the opposing hitters, not wanting to be on the wrong end of a Dern fastball. Pitch fouled back. Poff ahead here, 1-2 on his first hitter of the afternoon as he comes in from center field. The pitch hit in the air over to right field, and it's fair. So Bottomiller picking up the 4th hit of the day for the Cougars. So now he's in scoring position with nobody gone. And Tanner Locke, we'll see what he can do to bring him around. 6-2 ball game, top of 5. Pitch up and in. 1-0 the count. One 0 offering on the way. Paints the corner and evens it up at 1-1. Once again, Poff successful in putting it in a difficult spot to hit and still getting it over. Now he's up 1-2. Pitch on the way. Off speed pitch, and he gets him. So we got one gone in the inning.
Now batting pitcher Garrett Oatman.
Garrett Oatman stands in. He moved in from his infield spot to take over in relief of Carpenter. That pitch rides in. Oatman lets it go, and he gets ahead 1-0. Poff gets that over for a strike. 1-1 the count with one gone and a runner in scoring position for Mountain View. Swing and a miss. Poff looking like he's getting sighted in now. He's got the momentary advantage. And a called strike 3. Poff gets his man, and now that'll bring up Brennan Colt.
Second baseman Brennan Colt.
So 2 gone in the inning. Runner at second. Black Tornado with the 6-3 lead. Ball hit in the air to center field. And that one will fall in. 1 run will score. Meanwhile, motoring into second base and getting the fans who've traveled over fired up. Colt makes it a 6-3 ball game. 5th hit of the day. So it's a 6-3 ball game. Runner at second. 2 gone. Oh, Colt drives in a run, and now Jangalo looks like he's going to try to see what he can do to bring him home. Poff misses on the opening pitch. 1-0 the count with 2 gone. Poff looks back at the runner, throws back to second. And Colt gets back in plenty of time. So now for Poff, it'll be time to get back to work at the task at hand. Mountain View started the game with a 1-0 lead, then scored another run in the third and another in the fifth. Braden misses on the pitch, and that'll be a 2-0 count now to the hitter. Jangala. Throw back to second. Good heads-up play there by Kyson Scheid to make sure that that one didn't get away. Scatters the dust in the middle infield. And now as afternoon turns to evening here at 6:14 in the evening, get a little bit of a breeze blowing in, things cooling down. Ball hit in the air into foul territory. And the play is made. Run on 2 hits for the Cougars. They draw within 3. John L. Scott scoreboard. North Medford 6, Mountain View 3. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes,
parents, and community members.
what it takes is attention to detail.
A positive attitude and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
no ref, no game. Play ball.
Home half of the 5th inning. Black Tornado leading in this one by a score of 6-3.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Black Tornado, second baseman Merritt Jonathan.
At the plate for North Medford, Merrick Jonathan. Hits it to short. Can't make the play. So we got a man aboard and nobody out.
Second baseman, Kyson Scheid.
Kyson Scheid, the hitter. One on with nobody out, and that one just off the bat there of Scheid, and the count goes 0-1. Lay it down, foul. Down along the first baseline. So we got an 0-2 count. Nobody out. Runner at first. Scheid showing bunt with Jonathan the runner down at first. 0-2 count. He'll lay down the bunt. Throw over to first. The sacrifice executed to perfection. And we got a runner at second with one gone. So a runner at second, one out. And here's Poff. Poff started the day in center field and took over on the hill for Ballard. Fouls it back to the screen as the count goes 0-1. One count with one gone. Oatman comes to the plate. Check swing, he held up. Count 1-1. Open comes to the plate, misses on the pitch. Header ahead now at 2-1. Balk call there, and that'll move the runner up to third base. So now we have a runner at third and one gone. Opportunity to score a run here. So now a 3-1 count. Ball popped up on the infield. Play made by the Cougars' first baseman, Ray, and there's two gone. And now back to the top of the order for the Black Tornado, Benny Morgan. One 0 count. Runner at third. This one fouled away as the count goes 1-1. So we got Jonathan at third. Two gone. Morgan in a 1-1 count. That pitch way up high. And maybe Morgan did a little ducking there too, just to, we'll call that an umpire assist. So he ducks that one. Now the count goes 2-1. Pitch outside. Advantage Morgan here with two gone. Comes to the plate. Morgan draws the walk. Always the mark of a good leadoff man. A guy who gets on base any way he can. Works a good at-bat there. Now we've got runners at the corners with 2 out. Brady Patterson, see what he can do to extend the 3-run lead by the Black Tornado. Shows pitch. Oh, that one rode in on him. Patterson being looked after by the Black Tornado staff. And he springs back up to his feet. Hit by a pitch. That did right upstairs on him. Now we got the bases loaded with 2 gone. Reese Thompson comes to the plate. RBI opportunity here with 2 gone. Oatman will start out with a strike against Oatman comes to the plate. That pitch fouled back to the screen as the count now goes 0-2. Cade Pedersen, the on-deck hitter. Should Thompson succeed in extending the inning. Pitch goes for a ball, and now it's at 1-2. Swing and a miss. And the Cougars work their way out of the jam. After 5 complete. It is the Black Tornado 6, the Cougars 3. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
And we head to the top of the 6th. Black Tornado out front by 3. Thus far on the game, Black Tornado with 6 runs on 3 hits and an error. For Mountain View, 3 runs on 5 hits and 4 errors.
Leading off the top of the 6th for Mountain View, left fielder Jacob Waters.
Jacob Waters. will lead off the inning for Mountain View. Actually, that looks like we got a pinch hitter in the game, so that would be Cooper Naranch, wearing number 2. According to our OSAA roster and also the lineup card provided by Mountain View. Bouncing ball to the right side. Shovels it over to first. Throw not in time. And the leadoff man is aboard for Mountain View. Now hitting, wearing number 20 for Mountain View, is Damian Micheletti, senior infielder. Big fella, right-handed hitter. Maybe a chance to get an uprising started. Pitch outside from Poff. Micheletti gets out front 1-0. Naranch, the runner down at first. There's a strike from Poff, and that'll even things up. Add 1-1. Ball in the dirt, the runner goes. And now they have a runner in scoring position. And Micheletti ahead 2-1 in the count. Poff looks in at his catcher, Patterson. Throw back to second. Gets away from the second baseman, and Naranch runs up to third. So things starting to get interesting here in the top of the 6th. Micheletti ahead in the count at 2-1. Now, I always understand the need to want to hold your runner close if he's at second base, but just because of what just happened, I'm not sure that I'm the world's biggest fan of making that play, because more often than not, you end up with a throw that gets away. And now, a line drive smoked out to left field. That one goes to the fence on 2 bounces. A run comes home, and it's 6-4. So Micheletti has great contact on that and brings a runner home, and he ends up picking up extra bases in the process. Conversation going on the mound, and I believe we're going to have a pitching change. So while they sort all of that out, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents and community members.
What it takes is attention to detail.
A positive attitude and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
No ref, no game. Play ball.
So the conference breaks up, and Poff will remain on the hill for North Medford. Potential tying run at the plate. Henry Moore representing the potential 6th run. Shows bunt. Throw down to second, not in time. Let's get you caught up here on the scoreboard. Let's get that accurate. So we got 0-1 the count to the hitter Moore. Micheletti, the runner at second. He of the RBI double. Bunt attempt, fouled back to the screen, and the count goes 0-2. Henry Moore, the hitter. Poff ahead of him, 0-2. Poff comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Braden Poff, and there's one gone. Ryder Carpenter, who started the day on the mound and is now playing shortstop for Coach Ryan Johnson, comes in. Carpenter, in addition to playing shortstop and pitch, he can also catch as well. Poff looks over at the runner at second. Poff gets ahead. 0-1. Swing and a miss. So Poff working on the advantage here with a runner out. Poff comes to the plate. Oh, good looking pitch there. But ruled not a strike as the count goes 1-2. Pitch fouled back. That'll remain at 1-2. Taking a look at some of the other baseball action going on, maybe some games of local interest. For local fans, this is kind of the big deal right here, as the count goes 2-2. In the 4A, Henley paying a visit to their future Skyline opponent, Cascade Christian. That game got underway at 5 o'clock. A lot of baseball going on around the state. Everybody getting their seasons underway. Ball's hit in the air to center field. Pedersen sizes it up, closes the glove on it for an out, and there's two gone. That one hung up in the air for a while, but Pedersen able to reel it in. And Carson Bottomiller, the hitter, with two gone. Pitch off target as Bottomiller lets that one by. 1-0 the count with two gone. Micheletti, the runner at second. Bottomiller now with the advantage at 2-0. Things cooling down at Jim McAbee Field, and the ball popped up. That one goes over the roof of the dugout, out of play. 2-1 the count with two gone. If Bottomiller were to go yard, he'd tie the game up. Ball hit to short, throw across the infield, Morgan to Ballard, and that will retire the side. A run and two hits for Mountain View as they make it a 6-4 ball game. We'll be back with the bottom of the sixth after these messages.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Please, now pitching for Mountain View, number 4, Tanner Locke.
Tanner Locke into the ball game for Mountain View, taking over. Third pitcher of the afternoon for the Cougars. Ryder Carpenter started the game. Then Oatman came on for a couple of innings of relief. And now Locke, who opened up the day in the outfield, takes over on the hill.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Black Tornado, center fielder Cade Pedersen.
Cade Pedersen will lead things off for the Black Tornado. Locke opened the day in right field. Pedersen stands in. That one sails to the backstop as Patterson gets ahead 0-1. Locke. Evens the count up now at 1-1. Pitch outside. 2-1. So the Black Tornado, who at one point led by 4, their lead's down to 2. Probably wouldn't mind picking up a little bit of insurance here. Pitch low and inside. A hitter's count at 3-1. Pitch, there's a strike. That'll run it full at 3-2. Patterson making Locke throw pitches here as he faces his first batter of the evening. Then he'll go ahead and hit bouncing ball. Hit with some authority, but on a single bounce to second, throw over to first, and there's one gone. Quincy Ballard, who was today's starting pitcher, now playing first base, will come in as the hitter. This will give Locke an opportunity to talk things over with his catcher, Jaden Jangala. So at the height of the day, 79 degrees here in Medford. Nice kind of Medford Chamber of Commerce type of day, I would say. Temperature now a very seasonal and pleasant 74. Ball hit the middle, but there to snag it is the shortstop for Mountain View, and there's 2 gone. Nice little web gem out there, and now the Black Tornado will send Walton Stoller to the plate. Pitch outside. The Cougars have out-hit the Black Tornado this afternoon, 7-3, but 4 errors by Mountain View has played a major role and the margin that is as it sits right now. 1-1 count. Looked like that one might have been a little high and tight. It'll be 2-1 now to the hitter. Pitch. That one will miss. 3-1 the count now. Stoller waits, and his patience pays off as he heads down to first. One thing you can say for Black Tornado hitters, they have been patient at the plate, and that has given them opportunities. Merrick Jonathan looks down to third. Gets the signs from Coach Wolf and stands in. 2 gone in the inning. Jonathan will look at that one outside. Count 1-0. Runner on first. Locke steps off the rubber. Now he's back on. Looks to the runner at first. Throw to first. He wasn't going anywhere. Just a little courtesy call. Pitch from the stretch, hit right smack dab up the middle. Nice play made there by the Mountain View shortstop. However, able to leg out the infield hit. Now we've got Kyson Scheid here with 2 aboard and 2 out. Really, Carpenter did a nice job just to even get a glove on it and make an attempt at it. Opening pitch. A strike to the hitter, Kyson Scheid. Pitch up and in. 1-1. Throw to second, a little bit of trouble with it. Runner's going to take off. Now we got runners at the corners. So 1-1 count with 2 gone, and now runners at the corners. A little conversation among gentlemen on the hill. Looking in on a game of local interest, Cascade Christian leading Henley right now 4-0 as the Hornets making the trip over from the Basin, doing work against the Challengers. Over there, Andy Alvarez working on a 2-hit shutout. Now we got a rundown going on. Meanwhile, the Black Tornado able to pick up a run out of it as the runner takes off from third. So a little bit of gamesmanship there from the Black Tornado. And the Black Tornado lead is back up to 3. 1-2 count with 2 gone. It's one thing I love about high school baseball. You just don't see nearly as much as this kind of stuff with the big boys. Right there, able to get the strike and complete the inning, but not before the Black Tornado pick up a run. It's a 7-4 ball game. The Cougars will take a crack at it as we go to the top of the 7th on the other side of this break.
Whether you're finding flooring inspiration online or exploring our design tools at Lippard's Carpet One, Lippard's creates a shopping experience that's simply irresistible. Your seamless experience awaits at the Shine and Save event. Waterproof click flooring, $249. USA made laminate and carpet, just $199 and 99 cents a square foot. Only at Lippert's Carpet One, Medford and Grants Pass.
The fan favorite Foremost is back at Abby's. 4 pizzas, 1 legendary meal. Pepperoni, cheese, Hawaiian, and Abby's special all in 1 square. It's hip to be square, but only for a limited time. Order the Foremost at Abby's.com before it's gone. Dinner for under $20? Done. A large Hawaiian is on sale Monday through Thursday at your neighborhood Abby's. Canadian bacon, sweet dull pineapple, hand-rolled dough. Feed the family for less. That's legendary. That's Abby's.
Go to the top of the 7th. One more chance for Mountain View, who finds themselves down by a score of 7-4. Braden Poff continued to work in relief of starting pitcher Quincy Ballard. This the season opener after some jamboree action the other day. Leading off for the Cougars, Tanner Locke. Locke came in last inning as the 3rd pitcher of the day after starting the game in the outfield. Poff starts the opponent off with a strike. Pitch low and away as the count goes 1-1. There's a strike from Poff. Had the look of an off-speed pitch there. As the count goes 1-2. Mountain View down to their last 3 outs. And down by 3. Poff misses on the offering as the count goes level at 2-2. On deck man is Garrett Oatman. Pitch, oh! That was a close call, and that'll run the count to 3-2. Leadoff hitter here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Clock stays alive. Here in the top of the 7th. That ball, good contact on that, takes it the other way, base hit. Locke goes into second, standing up. 8th hit of the day for Mountain View. And now Garrett Oatman, who pitched for a bit. Back at third base, and now he's here an opportunity to drive in a run. Mountain View scored in the 6th, scored in the 5th. They tried to chip away at that Black Tornado lead. Swung through, count 0-1. Poff his pitch outside. Catcher Patterson had to reach for that one to keep it in front of him. And now the count level up. 1-1. Nobody down. Runner at second. Top of 7. Ooh, that one takes one. What kind of looked like it hit him in the area of the shoulder. And that'll put a man aboard. And we've got a potential tying run coming up to hit. Brennan Colt getting instructions from his coach. And meanwhile, Patterson coming in to offer up some words of encouragement for his pitcher, who no doubt would rather have 2 out than 2 men on. Nobody out here in the inning. Colt, the hitter. Shows bunt, lays it down, only plays to first, and that one's in the dirt, and that will load them up. Bases loaded now. The tying run at first. The go-ahead run in the form of Jaden Jangala comes up to hit. Coach Brett Wolf emerges from the Black Tornado dugout. And he's calling for relief. It looks like we're going to be bringing in Cade Pedersen from center field. So the left-hander will come on to pitch. Poff will head back to the outfield as the Black Tornado tries to quell the uprising here in the top of the 7th. While Pedersen takes his warm-ups, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Taking his warm-ups, Cade Pedersen. The junior left-hander. So he's gone from first base to center field. And now he's on the hill to try to close the door on the Mountain View Cougars. Bases loaded, nobody out. A 3-run game in the top of the 7th. A little last-minute conversation between Pedersen and the catcher Patterson. Jaden Jangala gets ready to come to the plate.
Now batting catcher Jaden Jangala.
(7-4) your score. Mountain View now with 9 hits in the game. Cade opens with a strike and gets ahead 0-1. Plenty of work to do, but that's a good place to start. Swing and a miss, strike 2. If that last pitch is any indication of his plans, he's looking like he's looking to throw low in the zone, which was always good for inducing a ground ball. A pitch fouled back to the screen. Little reflex test there as now the count goes 0-2. remains at 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. And that one smacked right to the right side. 1 run will score. Mountain View now within 2. Bases remain loaded and nobody out. The hitter, Cooper Naranch. Home plate umpire doing a little bit of housekeeping there, and now we're ready to go. The tying run is in scoring position. Pedersen gets ahead here at 0-1. Pitch outside at 1-1. Pedersen firing bullets here. Tornado fans sweating bullets. Bases loaded. Black Tornado up by 2. Ball popped up in the air. And that will end up in the dirt off to my right. Now Pedersen ahead 1-2. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. And the well duh statement of the day. Big strikeout for Cade Pedersen. 1 down. Bases remain loaded. Damian Micheletti, who hit a double last inning. Big right-handed hitter. And he fouls that off as he takes a mighty cut at it. You know that the Black Tornado would love nothing more to get the game-ending double play here. Swing and a miss. Pedersen ahead 0-2. 1 down. Bases loaded. 7-5 ball game. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pedersen with a pair of Ks here. And Mountain View down to their final out. Inside corner for a strike. A pitch, looks like from here, just a touch inside as the count goes level at 1-1. Pedersen, that one fouled off to the right. 1-2 the count. Bases loaded. Moore standing in. Pedersen, swing and a miss. He strikes out the side, picks up the save, and the North Medford Black Tornado end up taking the win. So your final score is North Medford 7, Mountain View 5 for the Cougars. 5 runs on 10 hits and 4 errors for the Black Tornado. 7 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Quincy Ballard, the winning pitcher. Carpenter takes the loss for Mountain View, and Cade Pedersen picks up the save and relief. Well, that'll wrap up today's ball game. Be sure to visit the Lithia Superstore Game Center on Table Rock Sports to find out upcoming games, or better yet, become a subscriber to our YouTube channel and get notifications when games go live. This will wrap up things for here. For my cameraman, Kyle Clements, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.